Greetings in the name of my Master YAHUAH. Today I open on 2 Kings chapter 2, and I'm going to read. I'm going to read some part of this chapter for you. I'm sure you know this chapter. And it came to be, when YAHUAH was to take up Eliyahu to the heavens by whirlwind, that Eliyahu went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Eliyahu said to Elisha, "Please remain here, for YAHUAH has sent me unto Bethel." And Elisha said, "As YAHUAH lives, and as your being lives, I do not leave you." And they went down to Bethel. And the sons of the prophets who were at Bethel came out to Elisha and said to him, "Do you know that YAHUAH is taking away your master from you, from your head?" And he said, "I also know, be silent." And Eliyahu said to him, "Elisha, please remain here, for YAHUAH has sent me unto Jericho." And he said, "As YAHUAH lives, and as your being lives, I do not leave you." And they came into Jericho. I could keep reading, but what is all about here? It's about committing. It's about giving yourself 100% for our Master YAHUAH. Is giving everything. Everything. That's what he says when he says, "Follow me." That's what it means. As I live, as my being lives, and as YAHUAH lives, I will never leave him. I'm going to read it from Johanna and John. It will be 13. And this is verse 3. YAHUAH, knowing that the Father had given all into his hands, and that he had come from Elohim and was going to Elohim, arose from supper and laid aside his garments, and having taken a towel, he girded himself. After that he put water into a basin and began to wash the feet of the taught ones, and to wipe them with the towel with which he was girded. And so he came to Shimon Kepha, and he said to him, "Master, do you wash my feet?" YAHUAH answered and said to him, "You do not know what I am doing now, but you shall know after this." Kepha said to him, "By no means shall you wash my feet ever." YAHUAH answered him, if I do not wash you, you have no part with me." Do you know what that means? If we don't receive YAHUAH in his service, because the Ruach HaKodesh shall serve in you. The Ruach HaKodesh is of our Master YAHUAH, the Ruach which raised him from dead after 3 days and 3 nights, when he was in the ground. If you believe in that, I want to also, maybe I come back to 2 Kings 2 for a moment. You can read it. It will bring tears into your eyes, I hope. When Elisha was following his master Eliyahu, and he was following him until they reached Jordan. And then Eliyahu struck the water with his mantle, and the water split in half, so they walk on dry ground. And Eliyahu asked Elisha, what do you wish before I will be taken by YAHUAH from you? And Elisha said, I desire to receive double spirit, double ruach, double portion, what you have. And Eliyahu said, if you see me leaving, means you receive it, and if you would not see me, you would not receive it. And then the chariot horses on fire appeared, taking Eliyahu away. Then he took that mantle which Eliyahu had and said, where is YAHUAH, my Elohim? And struck the waters with the mantle, and the waters opened again, split in half, and he passed on the other side on a dry ground. All those sons of the prophets witnessed this. But what they said to him, they came to Elisha and said, we want to seek Eliyahu, because maybe he was taken by the spirit, by the ruach of YAHUAH somewhere, and he is in the middle of forest, hanging somewhere on a tree, or we need to find him. And Elisha said, don't go. It's no point. It's not no point, he's been taken. But they were demanding to do so, that he will allow them. So when they were pressing on him about this matter, he finally said, yes, send the men to look for him. And they were looking for him for 3 days. This is what happened. Yahushua was actually 3 days and 3 nights in the ground. The ruach we shall receive, as well as Elisha received. Those who believe in Yahushua and follow him, as Elisha was following Eliyahu, Elisha did not care what would happen. He knew he has to follow his master on earth, Eliyahu. He knew he has to go. He would not give up. He would not turn other way. He would not go back. He would not leave his master. We cannot leave Yahushua. You need to follow him where he is, because as he lives, so we shall live, and his ruach shall live in you. And if you do so, he will be with you, and he will manifest himself in you, as he says, so when he had washed their feet and taken his garments and sat down again, He said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and master, and you say, well, for I am. Then if I, master and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I give you an example, that you should do as I have done to you." Because when we receive the YAHUAH of our Master Yahushua, it will be the same in our vessel as He did to His taught ones. So we will do also, because the YAHUAH of the faithful servant will work in you. Verse 16, "Truly, truly I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is a emissary greater than he who sent him." And if you know these teachings, blessed are you if you do them. Because if you have the YAHUAH of our Master Yahushua, you will know those teachings. One more verse for you. "Truly, truly I say to you, he who receives whomever I send receives me, and he who receives me receives him who sent me." And this is what the truth is. It's about receiving Yahushua, receiving the set apart work of our Master Yahushua to ourselves. As Elisha said, "As YAHUAH lives, and as I live, I will never leave you." So we shall not leave our Master Yahushua. That's the commitment. That's the following Yahushua speaks of. In case of Elisha and Eliyahu, Elisha was following Eliyahu in physical means. He really walked, he followed him. And what we ought to do, we need to follow Yahushua inwardly, because the work of Yahushua shall live in you. And greater works than he did we will do. It's not that we need to focus on those works. The focus shall be on Yahushua. Focus on him alone, and the rest will come along. Because remember the teachings, and this what Yahushua said. "Truly, truly I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is a emissary greater than he who sent him." When you receive the Ruach HaKodesh of our Master Yahushua, you will know you should not come equal with our Master. You will always respect him, because the Master is greater than the servant. Who is greater in the kingdom of heaven? Not the one who is served, but the one who serves. So don't expect that you will be served. It's up to the set apart work of our Master Yahushua to do the works. If you know the teachings of our Master Yahushua and what he commanded us to do, his taught ones, it will happen to you. Do what Yahushua said, and here in chapter 13, verse 34, Yahushua says, "A new command I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you. that you also love one another. By this shall all know that you are my taught ones, if you have love for one another. That's how we are recognized, by that love for one another. The love shall be in you of our Master Yahushua. That's what is the most important. We shall be filled with His love. It's all about Yahushua, our Master, to follow Him, not to leave Him, not to get distracted by any other matters, and everything else will come along as He promised. It all comes in heavenly order, not of this world. You need to receive that YAHUAH of the faithful servant of YAHUAH, His Son, Yahushua Messiah. Focus on the right thing, as Elisha did. And he said, as YAHUAH lives, as my being lives, I will never leave you. He said that to Eliyahu, but we shall say that to Yahushua. We're just saying it. It has to come from your heart. That's the belief. Renewed through the circumcision. The circumcision which is from Yahushua, through His blood which is precious, then this will be true. And it will be done to you. And I repeat again another verse. Truly, truly I say to you, he who receives whomever I send, receives me. And he who receives me, receives him who sent me. And now apply what Elisha said to Eliyahu, and see how those things come together. I'm talking about receiving. The set apart YAHUAH is about following Yahushua where he goes. Be with him, let him stay in you, and you will be there with him. And the Ruach HaKodesh will fill you. And this, let it be well with you. Stay in peace, the peace which only can come from above.